already on the left. Yeah. That's what's up. Y'all know the deal. That's right. NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. What's up, this nerd? So we're getting into on screen. We talk about them TV shows, the movies, all that jazz. But right now, we talk about Netflix's Clickbait. And of course, I'm your host, Nerd. So if you brand new, never seen us, you know what I'm saying, go and hit that like, put that like down deposit. All right. And then going and get that subscribe down deposit. And then share it to your folks, because you ain't doing nothing but sitting on your couch. No way. You're sitting on your couch. You're not subscribing. But anyway, point is, I'm not by myself. Right over here, I want to introduce you to a young brother, super funny, comic book creator as well, comedian, writer, acting, all that jazz. But I'll let him talk about stuff that he has going on right now. Rubyn Warren, what's up?
Hey man, what's going on? So happy to be here, man. Good to see you. You know, it's been a minute with everything that's been happening, so
yeah,
it's real good to see you.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm a comedian, actor, writer, comic book creator. Clickbait fan.
Yeah. What is it? I saw you on Facebook. You were like talking about. I was like, oh yeah, got to get in that clickbait.
Yeah.
Basically, so anyone who's new, the way I review stuff, we give our general feelings about the show in general, and then we'll dive into different characters about their lives and their we're gonna treat characters like they real people. We want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, them like they regular. All right. So I'll throw it to Rubyn first. What is your general feelings, attitudes about the one and only miniseries Clickbait?
Yo, overall, I thought it was a cool binge watch. It was only 8 episodes. It was all about like 40, 50 minutes each. So it was like a cool little slow burn mystery thriller. For me, what I liked about it was I kind of went in, I low-key did go in thinking like, oh, what is this? But like 10 minutes in, I was like, oh, I had to sit up in my chair, and then I had to put my phone down, because nowadays we watch stuff with our phones in our hand,
Yeah.
And but yeah, like 10 minutes in, I was like, oh, let me put my phone down, and then I was like hooked after that. So I thought it was really good. The twists and turns were very good. It kept you guessing every episode, like the way every episode ended. It was like, dang, just when you thought you figured it out, a new twist comes in. So I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, I have to agree about the, like, when I first saw it, like, you know how Netflix be like, this is trending in the US. This is number one in your area. And I was like, I might think about this. But it did have the shorty from Walking Dead on it or whatever. She was also in Get Out.
The black chick. Yeah,
So I was like, you know what? Let's see what they got. And it had my boy from Entourage. So I was like,
from Entourage, yeah.
I was like, all right, let me see what they got. And it started out, and I was like, this might be whack, because the sister, I got issues, but we'll talk about her later. But the more I watched it, I was like, yo, this kind of cool. Kind of like who did? Because you start thinking like, yo, why? This is crazy. Because at first it was like, yo, he gonna die. And then, it was like, oh, I hurt women or something. I was like, oh, snap, not this dude. So it brought the mystery, and then all of the drama with, the sister, acting like she Columbo cop and stuff. I was very, very invested.
It had you engaged. Like, they kept you engaged like the whole series. Like, once you I get there. I talked to some of my friends. They're like, oh, I ain't like it. It was boring. But for those that actually like the show, like once they get you hooked, you be like, oh, I'm all in. Like,
yeah.
Like I was supposed to actually write that day, and because I watched like a couple episodes the night before, and then the next morning I had like a whole agenda of stuff to do. And I was like, only thing I did that day was go to the gym. That was the only thing I made sure I did. I woke up, went to the gym, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna just get back to write. And I said I'm gonna write, and then I was like, let me just watch one more episode. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do nothing today. I'm gonna just watch this all day and finish these 5-6 episodes. And it was well worth it. It was well worth doing nothing that day.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think I watched it. See, my wife and I started. I want to say we watched it maybe like in 3 days, maybe three, maybe 4 days. But it was pretty quick. I mean, of course, having a little one, you can't just go. But for having a 3-year-old, we watched it pretty quick, and the ups and downs are crazy in this show. So would I recommend it if you haven't seen Clickbait yet? Because now we're about to get mad spoilery. If you haven't seen it yet, first, don't go no further because we want to spoil it. 2, I say go check it out. It's worth your time. It's fun to watch. Some crazy stuff happens. And there's some interesting characters. Now, normally when I start with my characters, I try to be like, I try to start at the lowest part. But I don't know. I feel like maybe starting with the sister. Maybe start with the sister would be best. Because start with the sons. You know what? All right, cool. Here, we'll start with the wife first. We'll start with the Pia. Because the way Pia, all right, so Pia, she's the wife, minding her business. When we first meet her,
Pia's the sister.
Oh, sorry, Sophie. Sorry, Sophie. Let me start with Sophie because Pia, she do too much. So, all right. So Sophie, when we meet Sophie, we like, she's just the wife, chilling, minding her business. And to a certain degree, I'm kind of mad the way this show did it because usually in shows where there's like a husband that's like dead or ransom, usually they focus on the wife, but they instead focused on the sister. And I was like, don't be shortchanging my sisters. But at the same time, though, it was cool because you got to be like, oh, she's just a wife. She ain't never did nothing wrong.
Man, they quickly just debunked that. They got that out the way immediately. It was like,
yo, we was like, yo, man, it's so bad. She's going through this bad situation. And then you find out like, oh, snap, he cheated. Oh, my God, that's so wrong, right? And then she like, nah, I was cheating. I was cheating a long time ago.
Yeah, she was out here
with another dude in the same school.
Yo. Yeah, man, that was a cold twist. And I ain't gonna lie, for a quick minute, I did think maybe the wife was doing some foul. I was like, maybe the wife like set the death up or something. Like maybe she planned.
I did kind of think that for a second.
That ran through my mind. I was like, maybe the wife was out here just on some foul stuff, But they ended up playing it good. But really, like the episode that really got me hooked, was the end. What was that? Was that the end of episode 3? I think where she found out that he had the profile since 2018.
Yo, everybody, everybody was like, "Say what?"
The end of that episode, I was like, "Oh snap!" So he been cheating the whole time.
Yes,
so that's when I was like officially on. But I was already hooked. But that end of that episode, I was like, oh,
I was like, yo, this man been cheating on everybody. Because old girl rolls up on it. She's like, I've been in love with your husband and we've been cheating and this, that, and the third. And, and then we get to see her like fake memories of like kissing him and laying in the bed and giggling and stuff. So like Sophie is looking like, all right, cool. She cheated, but I guess they was both cheating. So I guess it kind of cancels. But then we find out later, nah, it don't cancel. You just a regular cheater by yourself.
Because then she thought like he just been cheating. Yeah, then it turned out like, nah, it was just you. It was just you.
And the way it was just you. You not only did she cheat on him, but then didn't he come to like the anniversary or something? I'm trying to remember in that flashback. Was he at the anniversary? The black dude that she cheated with?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. He wasn't there. All right, but he working at your job. You thinking back to all these moments where y'all kissing in the car, holding hands all lovingly and everything. I was like, out there cheating, should be ashamed of yourself. And you got 2 kids. And then the thing is, when it hits the fan, not Kai, the older one, can't remember the older one's name right now, but Kai is like kind of like, I don't know what to do. But the older brother is out. So Sophie, all in all, with someone who, went through that, and then even with her mom kind of giving her sort of good advice, as a wife in a show like this, I guess I'd say she's all right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess
yeah, I mean, she actually was like, I mean, she did cheat, but you actually did sympathize with it though, because it's like, because it did come out that, like, she admitted it, she came out, came clean with it, and then her husband died, and it's just like, so she clearly loved him and wanted to make it work. So it was like you did feel for her throughout the whole thing, because eventually you get caught up in the, once you learn what's really going on with her, you actually do be like, well, now I do want her to get some justice, because, like,
because it's like her husband was still killed, and like the whole thing set up. So I jumping from Sophie, I guess since we already know how crazy this story is, who was the lady that was the receptionist?
The administrator lady. Yeah. I can't think of her name, but she's the culprit.
Yeah, the lady, let's see, it says Linda. I think Linda, it might be Linda. I'm not sure. But if it's not Linda, it's one of them administrative ladies. So this is what makes me worried about IT admins at your job. All right. You be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here, brand new, chilling. Just want to set up my email, minding my business. And he's like, oh man, I'm not really good at this. Can you help me? Can you help me? And the way you help him is by not only stealing his information and pictures, but then making
you set up profiles.
Do you know how much work you got to do? All right, so you got to steal pictures, fake email chat messages.
Photoshopping them. You photoshopping the photos too.
Oh, she was photoshopping his wife out the photo. Like, homegirl had mad skills. Like, I mean, it's wrong, but she had mad skills. And then, like, when her husband caught her, he was like, yo, you sick. Even though, like, she was already, like, mad hot from the messages, so she gave him some good love. But it was still weird, because it's like,
yo, that was a weird twist, man. I was not expecting that. Like, when it finally revealed who it was, I was like, oh my God, what is going, like, my mind was just like frazzled. I couldn't comprehend what was going on, because that was just the most random. And then you really end up feeling bad for dude, because he's innocent in the whole thing.
Yeah, like what's
that's
his
the
name?
cold part. You'd be like,
Nick was innocent the whole time.
Like, the whole time he ain't do nothing. And it's like, but that was good. That's just some good writing though, because it was just like the way they took you on that roller coaster, and you're like, well, did he do something? Is he guilty? What is going on? And yeah, then you find out who's the catfish, and oh man, yeah, that blew my mind. Yeah.
Especially
now, I thought the son's friend might have had something to do with it. The one he was messaging all day.
Yeah, because then you find out that's just a girl that was kind of like insecure about her looks and stuff, and she was like antisocial. So it was like, okay, the thing with Ethan, that kind of worked out. Like, oh, okay, so all right, I guess this is kind of like a decent relationship that can flourish, I guess. They're both kind of like, antisocial. They on the internet all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. And she set up the whole thing to get the other lady in a lie talking about, I've never met your dad. I'm sorry. I've never met him. It's like, well, why you tell all them lies? Why he lying on my daddy? And he
played the voice, like, is this the voice? And she was like, nah, that's not who I talk to. I was like, oh, somebody lying out here.
Yeah, somebody in these streets telling full lies, son. And what was it? Beasley. But see, at the same time, technically, besides saying that she saw him, that's different. But the whole thing, like, she heard a voice, like she was talking to somebody, just like the crazy girl. Like, well, she wasn't crazy, she was just bipolar. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say she crazy. She would have been fine if the lady won't play with her mind. So, like, this woman is behind 3 dead people. Like, all right, so Nick dead, the San Francisco girl dead, or not, was it Sacramento? Wherever the girl was, she dead, and her husband's dead.
And her husband dead,
people. Because she
was playing catfish.
Yeah, because she playing catfish. Like, yo, man, look, I'm gonna tell you like
Oh,
this.
let me tell you the character. Now, the character that I hated the most.
All right.
Oh, I hated that reporter.
Yo, yeah. All right. Okay.
He got on my last good nerve. Like
That
I could
reporter
not
was
stand
whack.
him.
That port. All right. So okay, when you first meet him, you already like, he kind of grimy, but that's the industry. That's TMZ and all them, National Enquirer, all them people. That's how they do. So okay, he's kind of grimy. But then you take it further, and you're like, hold up, he breaks in this man's house.
Yeah, breaking into people's houses
And so even though he kind of cracked the case, sort of, but you still broke in this man's house, took his lasting memories of his sister, which
stole the phone,
which he's thinking, yo, this man killed my sister, which kind of in a way he didn't. Well, I mean, not Nick, but the lady that, stole Nick's profile. Like, in a way, I can see where he's coming from, because it's like, look, she was bipolar, but she was making it. She was getting by. And then you come in her life and you like, I don't care, go ahead and do it. And they're like, whoa, you can't be saying that stuff to some people. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna go find Nick. And Nick like, I ain't do nothing. Like, I feel bad because every time we circle back to Nick, Nick is like, I just woke up and went on a bike ride.
No, then the cold part was the reporter was real grimy, because then when he gave the wife messages on that live interview like that, I was like, oh, he's foul. I didn't like him at all.
And then when they did the voice reenactments,
yeah, and I was happy that he got fired, but then he found a way to weasel his way back onto the reporter to be the reporter. I was like, ugh. Yeah, I couldn't stand. I thought he was so grimy the way he did that. I didn't like that.
Because when he showed up to be on the report, even Sophie was like, why are you here? He was like, oh, there's been a change in plans or whatever. And I was like, he about to do something dumb. I know he about to do something dumb. I was like, he got those messages. It's not going to be pretty. And when he dropped the messages, and then when they did the read-along thing, like, it's like, come on, man. That's not how messages, like when we type messages, it's not like, go ahead, do it. Even though she did say that, and that's probably how it was taken, but still, the voice interaction made it worse. And then, of course, seeing that, how it played in the family the whole time between Sophie and her mom, and then Sophie, her mom, and then Pia's mom, because they even had their little back and forth, where, I mean, because, Pia's mom, Nick's mom, I can understand being like, look, my son's just dead, and I don't know who to blame, and I'm angry at everybody. But Sophie like, look, I ain't did nothing. I was cheating, but he ain't know. Well, no, he did find out I was cheating, but everything was kind of going to be all right. But yeah, that reporter, also the reporter doesn't realize how close to danger he really was when the guy came out. Because like, let's say the guy came out of the building with a gun.
Yeah, he could have killed him or anything. Yeah, that's why his boyfriend broke
up in the
windshield.
With him.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was like, I like that he lost his boyfriend, because I was like, yeah, you don't deserve nobody what you be doing.
Yeah, because look, I tell that man straight up, look, this dude gonna get you killed, because he gonna keep playing with people's lives, and of course they're gonna be like, oh, that's his boyfriend. They're gonna like kidnap you or something. He gonna be like, I don't care about my boyfriend. I care about the news or something like that, and then you're gonna kill him. All right, so just yo, I thoroughly hate that guy.
Yeah, he was definitely like he played his role, and they wrote that role very well for him to be unlikable.
Yeah, he played that. Now, I'll touch on the Suns real quick, because they had a smallish role, but I'm gonna give a co-MVP to Kai. All right, so they go to school. You know what I'm saying? It's known as
Kai was savage. I like that's the younger one, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was savage. Like the way he showed up to the house with the bat, I was like, oh, he's not playing around.
Yeah, he ain't playing no games. So not only that though, when they went to school and she was like, all right.
Oh yeah, the boy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was like,
yeah. Kyle was like, nah. He's like, nah, forget that, bro. And
because see, I'm thinking Ethan was going to do something, but he didn't. I was like, word, all right, cool. Cooler heads prevailed. Let's just walk away. Then Kyle was like, not my mama. He was like,
yeah, I like that. The way he came through, I was like, yes.
Was it necessary? No, but yes. Yeah, it was kind of necessary. Because we've all gone to school with those kids. And it's like,
yeah, but he ain't gonna talk about his mama no more.
They had that silver spoon. They walk around like everybody owes them something. Can't tell them nothing.
Yeah.
They always want to be funny style.
Yeah, he brought it on himself.
Yeah, you're right. He will never talk about his mama again. He would, at least not around him. He might be like,
he ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah.
And then speak. Because Kai, I did not expect that. So I was like, oh, okay. Kai don't play. And like you said, when he got the bat, when he went up and looked at the location or whatever and got the bat, I was like Kai.
But then afterwards though, I was like, bro, why are you going inside? Like, because then the sons was stupid too. Because I was like, he was like, you want to come? I'm like, bro, you already just leave, just turn around and leave. Like, you doing too much.
I'd have been like, you know what? I can come in. I'd have been like, psych, like I'd have bounced. I would have got the bat and left. Because when he went up in there, when they both looked at each other, I was like, yeah, we found who it is. We found the culprits.
And plus for me, I was thinking like, yeah, I was like, yeah, he definitely have white because ain't no black kid finna go into no house of two old white people late at night. You just don't do that. That's just not how we was raised.
Yeah, so. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Don't do that. All right, it's late at night. You a black kid by himself just walking into two old white people houses?
That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. And I think he realized it. I think once he sat down, he was like, I'm in over my head. And then he was like, yep, my mama know where I'm at, my brother know where I'm at, everybody know.
Yeah. And I thought Ethan was stupid too when he was going to meet the girl. I was like, bro, why are you meeting a stranger at of all times? And he and then too, I was thinking like, I was like, bro, like, it's lots of real girls in your world. Like, why are you so stressed over this one? Like, but I mean, I get it's a plot.
She was typing mad, like cryptic and stuff. But now that we know the kind of person she is, it kind of makes sense. When she broke down like, hey, I lost my mom, you lost your dad, and that's why I was, it helped me get over. I was helping you get over. I kind of get that. But when that old man opened that door, I was like, I knew it. And then and then the girl came out the back. I was like, oh, all right.
But also I thought it was weird too that he was like, but then also I thought it was weird like your daddy's like in the middle of a catfish and then but like you engage in a catfish too. So
yeah, it's like you need to ease up.
Like you ain't really learning.
Cause when she sent that picture, I was like, I don't know if I trust that picture.
Yeah, I was like,
but it actually was her. It was just her when she was in a happier time. So I was like, all right, cool. But when I saw that picture, I was like,
yeah, I raised the eyebrow for sure.
Like everybody was like, nah, bro, don't go.
Yeah, I was like, save yourself, King. Like, don't even. You deserve better.
You deserve better. You be killing me with that joint. You be having the memes and be like you deserve more, King.
You did.
King, know your worth.
Know your worth, King. Like, you don't need to be out here chatting with people online. There's real people in life. You don't need to be doing that.
Know your worth, yo. It can't be. Look, when I saw that picture, just something hit me like, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, and like I said, and it made me think that like the that the chick was involved somehow with the dad, like because she was always asking questions and it was just like, dang. So did she do it? Like that's it. The way they made you question everybody was like crazy.
Yeah, because I questioned the guy at Pia's job. I questioned Ethan's, like, I guess girlfriend now, maybe. I questioned Sophie. Then I questioned Pia too, because I was like, did Pia do this? Like,
now she's the only one I never questioned. She's the only one I never questioned because she was 10 toes down the whole way through. She was like, my brother ain't no rapist, he ain't no abuser, he ain't none of that. Like she was 10 toes down, like she was ride or die.
But there was so much going on. I was like, I don't know who did it.
Yeah, she's the only one that I was just like, nah, she ain't do nothing. Like because she really just trying to find out what happened to her brother. Especially when she was telling Sophie about our dad killed himself, so there's no way that my brother would encourage somebody else to do the same. And I was like, dang, that's a good twist.
Yeah, and then when we found out that moment, we were like, all right, cool. I was like, it's definitely not her, and it's definitely not him abusing someone. So I was like, he would never tell this girl to kill herself. So then it was like, all right, because when we meet the brother, we like, he looks shady. Because when he showed his like knee bouncing under the table and stuff, when the cop showed up, I was like, he did this.
Yeah, everything. Like I just knew it was the brother, and that was like episode 5, I think. Episode 5.
Yeah,
it was like it's like okay, he did kidnap him and stuff. You're like, oh yeah, he did that. But then at the end, he like, look, man, it's not even me, it's Photoshop. And he was like, oh yeah, I do got the wrong guy. And I was like,
yeah, because he was like, look at the line. He was like,
I was like, oh, I'm like, so somebody was using his stuff. Yeah. So then you like, so then how did he die? Because he didn't do it.
Yeah, because they like, he let him go, and then but see, in him being let go, that's when he figured out he like, who had, because this is another one, who had access to all my stuff. The other one was the best friend. I was like, yo, it's got to be the best friend.
Everybody knew it was him.
And he had all them naked pictures. I was like, yo, the best friend did this. The best friend set him up. I was like, because I was talking to my wife. I was like, yo, Lisa, this is how it happened. He found out that the dude was like raping the teammates or something like that, and he threatened to tell him, and then old boy set him up or something. I had a whole thing in my head.
Yeah, everybody thought it was the best friend. Everybody thought it was. But the only thing he did was he just slept with one of the girls. He didn't even rape nobody or nothing. He just slept with one of the girls on the team.
Kind of like put her pictures out on the internet, and even though that's still bad. I'm not saying only like it wasn't like that's bad, but it's just we talk about murder. It's levels of bad.
Yeah. It's like what he did was like very it's very mundane compared to what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about kidnapping, murder. Even though technically the good thing now is at least the brother only really has to go down for kidnapping because he didn't murder nobody. You know what I'm saying? So now, I mean, not saying like kidnapping is great, but kidnapping is great compared to murder. I'm doing a bad job.
Nah, man. I mean,
criminology 101.
All justified because the way the show got you. It got your emotions going up and down. So it's like you don't be knowing what to think at the end of every episode. Just when you think you got it figured out, like I said, they throw a curveball and you be like, oh, I got more episodes of this. Like
it's like, man, hold up, because even like the reporter episode, I was like, what we need an episode about him for? And then I was like, oh
yeah, that's definitely like it's like they focus on each character, each episode, but it still told the entire story. It was very good how they did that.
Now. Let's go in and talk about the MVP, the one and only Pia. All right, now Pia be getting on my nerves because I can't stand her. Like she be coming in like she like Thanos or something. But I also understand your brother died. It doesn't seem like nobody has any sense of urgency. Like Sophie just super sad, so she ain't doing nothing. She's just super sad. The sons, they can't do nothing because they little. Well, I mean, they ain't little. They in high school. But, I mean, it's not like they're going to be a detective. Then the detective seemed like he's wishy-washy about whether he want to investigate.
He just doing his job. He just like, look, I can only go as far as I'm allowed. So
yeah. And she like, look, I need answers. She want them answers that only Punisher can get. You know what I'm saying? Because when she went to see that dude, I think it was Sacramento, when she went to the dude that kidnapped him, I'm like, okay, if you get to him, what are you going to do? Because you about 90 pounds soaking wet with Timbos on. So what are you about to do? You ain't got no weapon on you. You ain't got, I could see if she was rolling up, strapped. It was just her.
And nobody talked about how Pia wore the same outfit all 8 episodes. Did anybody else notice that?
Yo, Pia did wear like the same clothes the whole time. I think
wore the same outfit every episode. I was like, so you just not bathing and changing your clothes. That's what you do.
Well, I mean, like in general, we found out this year that, you know what I'm saying, people like Pia don't really care about taking showers. So I mean, it's understandable, I guess.
I mean,
But
yeah, that's true too.
but I was like, yo, she wearing the same clothes. It like she
But
had like
then,
the
not only was she
same.
wearing the same clothes, she tried to seduce the detective in the same clothes that she wore when she met him. And I was just like, so you just stank at seducing people. That's not.
Yo, not only so, all right, so she sees him on the phone in the club, and she's like, "Yo, I'm taking a dump," and he like, "Psh, all right," and then so that's their first interaction. Then, why you laughing? So take she because I guess she was trying to scare him off, but he was like, "Shoot, girl, look, I'm nasty too." So then she actually meets him, and they're like, "Oh." And like, but I guess he still thinks she's fine. Look, everybody has their thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna act like I'm Morris Chestnut. All right, I'm just a moderately handsome person. But Pia it just seemed like Pia was like, you know what? It's the confidence, because Pia was rolling around like she was looking like somebody who looked a little different. So Pia, she had that confidence.
She was definitely a 6 walking around like she was a 9. She was a 69.
Pia was rolling in like, because it was
she
like
was 69 for sure.
The detective wanted her, and then the guy at the hospital wanted her too. I'm like, dang, Pia's stock is apparently up in San Francisco, because I don't know what I'm gonna leave that alone. Cause I know no matter where I go with this.
No, but she was ride or die though. Like she fought for her brother's innocence all the way to the end, and I did like that about her, that she was ride or die. She was like, nah, you're not gonna sit here and leave my brother. And also too, I think she had to get vindicated, because remember how they set up the last thing that he said to her was like, I don't like, they had that big argument.
Yeah.
Remember? So that's why she really was feeling like, I gotta vindicate him, because the last thing that we said to each other was, he said like, I hate you or something like that. And so, she walking around like, damn, that's the last time I talked to my brother, and now he kidnapped, and then she found out that he dead. So she probably got a whole rush of emotions. So you actually do feel for her. It's like, because they kind of make her unlikable a little bit in the beginning, but as it progresses though, the way she go hard for him, you be like, damn, I kind of respect her though.
Yeah, I will give her the respect. Shouts to Sandra Thomas. She said, I'm Morris Chestnut to Lady Lisa. That's right. I'm Morris Chestnut in here. That's right. So I will give her that, because she could have just been like, hey, this is what the cops said, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else to do. The cops said that he did this, and these are the people that did it, and that's the end of the story. Now she did a little stuff that I was like, yo, like
she's a white woman, so she demanded to see the manager every episode. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you said that.
She definitely demanded to see the manager, and she used that to her advantage, and that's how she was able to solve the case.
Yo, you right, because she was talking to the detective. She was calling him like she was his supervisor. Like she was she was calling him like, where you at? What's the news? Like, I think I remember even saying out loud when we were watching the show, I was like, he doesn't work for you. I was like, I don't know if you know. But he's working for the police in your investigation, but he doesn't work for you. Yeah, like you don't sign his checks.
Yeah, she was demanding to see the manager.
I pay my taxes.
Yeah, she was like, I want to see the manager. It's like, well, man, the manager's not here. Well, then I'm just gonna just manage until he gets here. Like, that's what she did. That was her. She had her white woman carrying powers activated the whole show.
Yo, man, that stuff be happening. It'd be like, where's the manager? Right now, the manager is with another. Well, then I'm gonna be in control right now. It's like, no, I don't think that's how it works. But we talked about it before on this channel, y'all. You guys know there is it's not her fault. This society she's grown up with has given her an inherent authority at every turn. Now she's around 30. She had 30 years of authority over everybody. You know what I'm saying? She's had 30 years of walking around with a clipboard. All right? That's what so, I mean, yeah,
because they even made a good point too. when she took her nephew down to the shop, and Sophie was like, "Why would you take my son down to a police station?"
Yeah,
you know, she had to make that point. Like, you can't do that with my son. Like, what are you
black.
doing? Like
you walking around here doing your white woman thing. He can't. He is black. They'll lock him up just because he's sitting in the building. They're like, well, hey, might as well put you in the back. Like, they won't even ask him what he did. He'd be like, hey, why you here? You ain't got no cuffs on? Get in the back. And be like, whoa, no, I'm waiting for my aunt. Just get in the back so she done. Just like,
yeah, but like when you're a white woman, you're just like everybody, you know, everybody revolves around me. So
yo, and that's kind of how this show was. Like, Pia was walking around like straight Karen status. Like, we let her live because like she was fighting for the right guy. You know, her brother died, but in all honesty, she was Karening it up all through this joint.
I mean, she even had a little Karen bob. You know what I'm saying?
She had that short haircut. That little stupid like hair where it's like straight and it's just it wasn't great. Like her style wasn't really helping her in this show. Yeah. Especially since she had like 2 outfits. I remember she wore like some scrubs, I think, in like the first episode.
And after that, she was straight black leather jacket for the rest of the time.
Yeah, black leather jacket and jeans like the rest of the show. That was it. And then she was even like foul to her roommate. And you got people, you up in here making noise. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to live my life. You talking about giving up keys and stuff. Like, yo, look, I know your brother died, but you can't just be bringing cops and stuff in here all the time. Like, I'm trying to chill. Like, you bringing in troubled youths. It's like, that's my nephew. Oh, all right, never mind. But still, you bringing them up in here. I'm trying to chill. This is my house too. So, Pia, we thank you for your service, but we do now need, now this is over, Pia, we do need you to, bring it on down a little bit.
Yeah, fall back.
Just a little bit, because she was straight up that same energy. Like, do you live here? Are you allowed to be at this pool? Be like, do you live here? Like, what about you? Let me see your papers. Like,
yeah, she definitely had a "do you live here" attitude about her.
Yeah, like, you know how like say like you in your building, say if you guys have an apartment, I don't know if y'all have an apartment or a house, whoever's watching, and you're like, oh, I'm coming home, they coming home too, and then like they open the door, but they be like shutting it on you on it. It's like, no, I live here. Yo, let the door go. And then when they shut it, that's when you look them dead in their face, push the code and open the door. Be like, get out of here. Like I was just, because they'd be like, trying to like, they ain't gonna let the door like float back. They're gonna all tight on you. She definitely had that energy. Like but she was working for the good guys. So we can allow this time, Pia. On the minor tip, before we get out of here, the detective did hold it down, sort of.
I did like him. He was solid.
He was all right. He was solid. All right. You know, I know he was out there trying to get his promotion on. He was like, yo, I don't want to work in this department no more. I want to be on homicide. Like, they wasn't letting him, but he made it to homicide and he did good. You know, they did haze him a little bit with the whole racist stuff. Don't trip on that. You know what I'm saying? It's in the police. You know what's there when you went there. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really, there ain't but so much I can say about that. Like, you know what the cops is. So, but, you know what I'm saying? He did good. He stepped up. Now he got his homicide thing going. So, you know what? I'm proud of it. Matter of fact, let me find his name. The Roshan Amiri. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Roshan, look, we here, man. Like, look, I'm glad. Thank you for the hard work that you put in. You know what I'm saying? You went to quietly and safely apprehend a man that you knew was gonna run, but you did it anyway. I was like, you know this man gonna run, right? Because he was like, oh, you know, you can ride in our car. Oh, I'm gonna drink my car. All right, cool. So you gonna follow us?
Yeah, I knew that then too. I was like, now you know, dang well, ain't nobody got to just go in their own. But see, that's how you know that that's a white man though. Because if a black, they're gonna be like, Negro, would you get this back seat, please?
They're like, nope.
Now.
hands up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put your head.
Ain't no black man be like, I'm just getting my car. Like, no, you gonna bring your behind. You're gonna bring your black behind in the back of the seat right here.
Oh,
That's
no, I want to talk. No. What you can do is drive yourself into this back seat and ride with us to the police. He said he was going to drive there and he was going to follow them. I was like, you know what? You know he's going to run. I think he even knew this guy's going to run, but you know what? I'm going to just let him drive. That dude hit reverse. That's just, I ain't going to front.
A brother could never show up in a separate car. A brother could never do that.
Man,
I don't even think there's a real life example of that ever happened. I don't even think a black man in real life ever told the police, I'm going to get in my own car and drive.
I'll meet y'all at the station.
I'm going to meet y'all at only a black person can tell the police he don't meet them at the station. Only. I ain't never heard nobody. I ain't heard nobody else be like, hey, yo, Papa, I'm going to meet y'all at the police station. Don't even worry about it, bro. I'm beating like 10, 15.
I'm right behind you. Just look over your shoulder. Right there. I was like, you know he's going to run, right? Like the whole time, as a brother that has watched a lot of cop shows during his life, Miami Vice, New York Undercover, Fast Lane, you know what I'm saying? I know what cops do. All right, Bad Boys, I know what cops do. I know what police need to do. And the second he said, oh yeah, you can just follow us, I was like, you know he's going to run, right? I was just like,
yeah, I knew as soon as he said, can I ride my car? I'm like, oh, he's definitely going to escape, you know.
Yo, homie went reverse, busted through the gate, ran
and
through,
then got out and ran. He ain't got to run for a long time because, like I said, a brother couldn't have gone down the block without a bullet to the back. So.
Oh yeah. He would have just shot him. With the white guy, it was like, please, just wait a little bit or something. Just calm down, sir. And he would just calm down. And I promise I won't shoot you.
Matter of fact, go back to the first episode. The way they treated the black man when they went to his house.
Oh,
her lover.
They busted up.
They immediately got him like, get your ass in there.
They was like, open this door. And then when Sophie was there at the ex-boyfriend house or whatever, man, look, I was like, yo, when the cops opened the door and she was there, I'd have been like, oh, so, for real? Oh, so y'all planning killings? I probably like add a little extra on there, but still, this fool ran. Like, he should have knew the jig was up. You know what? Or either, I mean, I guess I don't know what you do in this. I guess you just run. I really don't. No, actually, no. The best thing to do right now is to turn yourself in. Here's why. No matter how bad it is, you didn't kill him. So it's like, hey, I ain't kill nobody.
Yeah,
so
kidnapping, you're going to get, what, like a year or two, maybe.
Yeah, man.
And you white, so you're going to get like 6 months max.
Yeah,
good behavior. Like, you'll be out in 6 months.
Yeah, because what'll happen is they'll give you a year. You'll only have to serve half of it, and then you might only have to serve part of that because they might let you out on good behavior and just let you wear an anklet for the rest of the time. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? You'll be back to your job in no time. You know what I'm saying? Oh nah, not a brother though. Brother? Mm-mm.
Oh no, you get 20 to life for the kidnapping alone. It's 20 to life, just for the kidnapping. That's
you kidnapped
the charge for kidnapping. Oh yeah. The charge alone is 20 to life. And then even though you said you didn't murder that man, we know you did. So that's another life sentence right there. Yeah, it's just
look, man, we see in real life where cops will find out, or I guess judges, prosecutors, whatever, they'll find out someone else has committed this crime, but the original dude will still be in jail. Like,
the person can confess to the crime, and they'll be like, well, the other person already in there, so.
He already in there. Might as well just leave him. It'll be all right. Like, it's like, hold up. Just like when you see these cases, I remember there was a young lady, a white woman that she like came in front of the parole board or whatever. She was like, I lied about being raped and this man didn't rape me and blah, blah. Dude been in jail for like 15 years or something like that. She was like, he didn't rape me and I promise, I lied about it and everything. The dude still had to stay in jail for like another 2-3 years before they let him out. Like I was like, yo, shit, isn't this statement like, is this a slam dunk? Like, can we go get him now? Nah, You should have been in here. But I was in here because she lied. Well, you shouldn't have let her lie. I don't know what people are saying.
You shouldn't have let her lie. Like that is how they do us though. It's like she lied on me. Well, you're black. You shouldn't have let her lie on you.
Yeah, you shouldn't have let her lie. That's what's wrong with you.
And then they turn around and be like, but she lied. So, but a white person wouldn't lie on a black person like that.
Yep.
So what are you trying to?
A white person would never lie. Are you trying to lie on a white person?
So now you're lying on this white woman lying on you.
Man,
you can never win.
Because when he said, "I'm gonna let you ride behind us," I was like, I don't see nothing coming from this. But
yeah, I'm like, yeah.
But all in all, the show was cool, man. I enjoyed a lot of the characters. The writing kept me super invested. It did get on my nerves with Pia a couple times, even when she tried to holler at Roshan at the motel. But for the most part, I was cool, and especially when I was like at the end when I was like, oh snap! So the only dude that like did nothing is the one that got killed. I was like, the only dude that was
that's what was cold. I was like, dang, so he ain't do none of that.
Yeah, he ain't did nothing. But like I was just a guy that was going to work.
Yeah, no, but also too, I kind of like the message that it was kind of sending because, like in that first episode, he had the sign that said "I abuse women," and they were showing all these comments of people like, "Oh yeah, rapist, he deserves it." But it's like, but it showed though, it's like that's like we live in this age now where like you can just say anything about somebody and people just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna just run with it." And then like, but then you find out we peel back the layers, this dude did nothing. He was just a regular family man, minding his business, you know. But then just like they
going to work one morning.
All people say, oh, he's a rapist and all this other stuff. And he abused women. Oh yeah, let him die. Let him get 5 million. I was like, yo, the internet is a cold place, man.
Yo, the internet is tough out there in them streets, y'all. Like that's why, like, and not, you know, I know there's some serious situations out there, but I know there's also some joints where it'd be like, on a scale of 1 to 10, the situation in real life was a 2, but the internet ratcheted that joint to like a 9. like, well, actually, these are just 2 people that just should have never been together. They were both toxic for each other, but that joint just takes off. And this young man was just chilling, heading to work, riding his bike, getting some.
He was riding his bike and ended up dead that day. Yeah, that's cold. He was minding his business. He ain't had nothing to do with nothing.
Man, it's a shame, y'all. And then the woman that's taking the profiles talking about you haven't been see if he was touching his wife instead of them little trains, then we probably wouldn't be here right now. See, it all goes back to, you know what I'm saying, keep your marriage hot, all right? Or at least keep it warm enough so don't nobody got to steal people's profiles.
But that lady was just crazy though, because she had several profiles, so that was just weird. It wasn't like she had one. Man. She had like several profiles with different names. Like it was like, nah,
she was straight up a digital player. Like she, like yo, she. Yo,
I mean, when she had the headset and was making the fake voice, I'm like, oh, she's far gone. She's too far gone.
Yeah, she did.
Like you talking to these women, like.
Yo, when she put that voice modulator on and was like sounding like a man, I was like, yeah, you really invested in this. You really invested in this. Like, you might need.
Yeah, she was too far gone, and it was. But like I said, I was happy that she finally got like the, you know, like, man, like you trying to kill the son, and like I was happy that the husband died and she got arrested. I'm just glad they got justice,
because now they gotta go and try to like clear his name, because you know there's people be like, even when you clear his name, they be like, you sure he ain't raped nobody? We are sure, man.
Yeah, that's nothing. It's like it don't even matter. It's already out there. Like, no, I think he did it though. It's like, but there's literal evidence. But the internet people be like, well, no,
that he didn't
you supposed to believe all women. It's like, but the women lie. It's like, like I don't care. He did
it. it's like I know he did it. That's mine, and that's mine. That's yours. but it's like. Believe all women. Yeah, but actually it's a woman that made all this stuff happen. Like all of this stuff.
It was a man that made her do it. So believe all. That's what they say on it. Well, she wouldn't have did it if she wasn't with a man.
All right, check it. All right. Before we wrap up, guys, I will tell you a very funny story I had one time when I was in the brotherly love city of Philadelphia. I'll never forget, I was at this event and there were a lot of wonderful people there, and I was in a conversation with a young lady. And we were talking about something as a group. It was like maybe like 4 or 5 people in a circle, just kind of talking at an event. And she made the statement, I can't remember exactly how it came off, but her words were paraphrasing basically, ending a statement saying, that's why there aren't any women in prison. And I was like, hold up. There's like jails just for women. It's like, it's men jails and it's women jails.
Women's prison.
Yeah, they both have their own jails. She responds to me and says, every woman that's in jail is there because of a man. And I was like, all right, there's nowhere else for me to go. I was just like, all right, well, all right. I was just like,
yeah, I learned Facebook has taught me you don't debate the clowns. You never debate the clowns.
I was like, there's jails just for women. Like they're the only ones in there. And but that's stuff that happens when you just be chilling out sometimes. But with that said, Rubyn, tell people where they can find you and some stuff you've been working on lately.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm still working on my swag patrol. We got issue 4, hopefully coming out soon. It's in production and we only got like a few pages left, so hopefully that'll be out soon. Right. I'm just been working on scripts. Working on a sitcom right now, and hopefully that goes somewhere. So waiting to hear back from that. And then you can follow me on all social media platforms at Rubyn Comedy, RUBYN Comedy. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. So yeah.
What up? That's what's up. And NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. Hit that thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Hit that thumbs down if you don't. But if you hit that thumbs down, I'm going to have somebody take your profile, all right? You're going to put it all over everywhere. Dating people, all right? And it's going to jam you up. All right? You ain't going to be happy. People will be like, I thought you was married. Look at how you doing her. And you changing your name. Be like, yo, that ain't me, see? Because you didn't hit the like button. But podcast for listening, Spotify for that music. We're going to leave y'all with PL, Parker Lewis, and Architron. From us to you, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming through. And, man, if you have not seen this show,
check it out.
You need to treat yourself.
It's a good, like I said, if you ain't got nothing to do for the day, just go ahead and binge watch it, and you won't be disappointed.
Get it over with. All right, y'all. Peace. And we out.
I'm the man, yes sir, that killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the Parker Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too sharp, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grind together, we all came from Hunger Games.